This is Soccer 360. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want us to talk about the issue of Arthur Zwane. The issue of Arthur Zwane having applied for the Bafana Bafana coaching job. I saw many people laughing to say, Arthur Zwane is a dreamer, he dreams too much. Why would he apply for that job? For the Bafana Bafana job. And I looked at that, I wondered, what are really people smoking? Because clearly the mindset of Arthur Zwane is so much different from many people in the country. Actually, it's a meaning mindset. This is the Arthur Zwane who's actually qualified. This is the Arthur Zwane who, under the leadership of Kaizer Motaung Senior, has been able to get his UEFA licenses. So Arthur Zwane is fully qualified to teach, or rather to coach the Bafana Bafana team. On whether he has experience or not, that is here nor there. Because Rulani Makwena was not so experienced when he had to take over Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, Mamelodi Sundowns is a team, but it's one of the biggest soccer clubs in South Africa. Zinedine Zidane, when he took Real Madrid as a manager, Zinedine Zidane was not experienced. Paulos Masehe, when he became a coach at Free State Stars. Lehlohonolo Siema, when he took over. Of course, now Arthur Zwane is at Mazulu. You'd say that I'm comparing Free State Stars with Amazulu. I'm talking here about Zinedine Zidane, who took over Real Madrid at some point in time. And if you want to argue that Zinedine Zidane is a team, but Bafana Bafana is a national team, we all know that Real Madrid can beat that Bafana Bafana of ours. That is not even a lie. If we can put Bafana Bafana here and put Real Madrid here, a soccer club, not a national team, they will still beat Bafana Bafana. It's not a lie. You all know that. So, while that being said, the issue of Arthur Zwane having what? Arthur Zwane is also a dreamer. There's a song that says, I know I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Yes, I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. You probably know that song too. So there is nothing wrong about what Arthur Zwane is doing. Whether you say you laugh and say Arthur Zwane must go sit there, Arthur Zwane, he's too ambitious. Yes, he has to be ambitious. I mean, Arthur Zwane has coached far more than Benni in terms of the coaching career. But people are busy calling the name of Benni McCarthy. Benni McCarthy was just called by Manchester United at some point in time to become the striker coach, which he did. Then now he is the national coach of Kenya. People are saying Benni McCarthy must come and coach Bafana Bafana. Why not Arthur Zwane? Because Benni was, yes, he was successful as a player. And Arthur Zwane was not successful as Benni McCarthy as a player. The same way there are the Dr. Kumalos who were successful as a player. And Pitso Mosimane was not successful as Dr. Kumalo as a player. So the fact that one person was more successful as a player, it does not mean that person will be far more successful as a coach. Because what if Arthur Zwane can actually make far of a better coach than Benni McCarthy? I think people must be fair to Arthur Zwane the same way they are fair to Benni McCarthy, jersey number 17. I actually pray that Arthur Zwane gets the Bafana Bafana job. Of course, I pray that he gets an assistant coach job at Bafana Bafana. Why? Arthur Zwane was an assistant coach at Bafana Bafana. When he was an assistant coach at Kaizer Chiefs, he was an assistant coach at Bafana Bafana under Molefi Ntseki. So it will be not a new territory for him. This is the same Arthur Zwane that has produced some of the people you praise today, the Ngezanas, them Dushabalalas of this world and all of that. So there is no way that today, because Arthur Zwane is actually applying for this job, people are saying he's too ambitious. For some of the people who have been commenting, it may be coming from a space of jealousy, because some of the people who have been commenting are actually the same age as Arthur Zwane, around the early 50s, 40s, late 40s and all of that. So you cannot say because today Arthur Zwane believes that he can do that job, and then you say he thinks he's too ambitious. If Dr. Kumalo believes that he can coach Bafana Bafana, I doubt many people will say he's too ambitious. But is he a good coach? Is he a better coach than Arthur Zwane? That's the question. People saying Pitso Mosimane, I understand. And some of our analysts here at Soccer 360 are saying Pitso Mosimane. Good, well understood. But let's be clear. Did Pitso Mosimane not fail at Bafana Bafana before? When Pitso Mosimane and Thomas Madikhache left SuperSport, and of course Pitso went on to ask Thomas to be one of his assistant coach at Bafana Bafana. He had 2 assistant coach from what I remember. At Bafana Bafana, did Pitso Mosimane make it at Bafana Bafana? We know he ended up fighting Bafana Safa. There was a settlement of about R1 million and whatsoever. So I'm not saying that Pitso must not be appointed. But my issue here is around the story of Arthur Zwane 10-111 and how people are going around laughing, saying Arthur Zwane is too ambitious and all of that. Whom then must be the Bafana Bafana? Who deserves the Bafana Bafana coaching job in South Africa? Who deserves it? Why can't Arthur Zwane deserve it? If he feels and he believes he's good enough, the man is good enough. If he believes that the man is good enough, Rulani Mokwena went on to coach a team as big as Sundowns. Rulani Mokwena went on to coach a team as Orlando Pirates without having coached. So the way people are disrespecting Umangeto, Arthur Zwane 10-111, it's not something that as South Africans we should really promote. Arthur Zwane is a dreamer, just like any other dreamer, you as a dreamer here in South Africa. And it shouldn't be but because you are following your dreams, you are following what you really want. And then somebody else should laugh. So people who are laughing at Arthur Zwane applying for the Bafana Bafana job, do they have the guts to do the same as Arthur Zwane in their own fields? So you cannot be judging someone to be ambitious. Thank you. Soccer 360. Until then.